The method is also called as
Malli start.
My topic is shotgun method. The method is also called as a party bombardment method or ballistic method. Professor Sanford and colleges at Cornell University developed the original bombardment concept in 1987 and coined the term ballistics for both the process and the device. Also termed as a particular bombardment particle gun and micro projectile bombardment and particle acceleration. Also termed as a particular bombardment, it implies high velocity microprojectiles to deliver substance into cells and tissues. Uses of shotgun method. This method is commonly employed for genetics transformation of plants and many organisms. And this method is applicable for the plants having less regeneration capacity and those which fail to sufficient response to agrobacterium mediated gene transfer in rice, corn, wheat, sorghum, and pigeon pea. Apparatus to the shotgun method. The ballistic gun implies the principle of conservation of momentum and uses the passage of helium gas through the cylinder with a range of velocities required of optimal transformation of various cell types. It consists of a bombardment chamber which is connected to an outer for vacuum creation. The bombardment chamber consists of a plastic rupture disc below which microcarrier loaded with the microcarriers. The microcarriers consist of gold or tungsten micropellets coated with DNA for transformation. The apparatus is placed in laminar flow while looking to maintain sterile conditions. And the target cells are and tissue is placed in the apparatus and a stopping screen is placed between the target cells and microcarrier assembly. The passage high pressure helium rupture the plastic rupture disc propelling the microcarrier and microcarriers. Advantages of shotgun method. Simple and consistent method involving coating DNA or RNA onto gold microcarrier. No need to obtain protoplast as the intact cell wall can be penetrated. Many manipulation of genome of subcellular organ cells can be done. Disadvantages of shotgun method. The transformation efficiency may be lower than agrobacterium mediate transformation, and also specialized equipment is needed. Moreover, the device and consumables are costly, and associated the cell damage can occur. Random integration is also a concern. The target tissue should have regeneration capacity. And last one, chance of multiple copy insertions could cause gene silencing. Over, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
So in continuation with the Tabassum topic, what was Tabassum topic? Cloning of mammals. So in cloning of mammals, what we are doing, we are taking two different animals. Okay. We are taking two different animals. And in these two different animals, we are taking just nucleus from one animal cell And from other animal cell, we are just taking ova. And in the ovum, we are removing the nucleus, and into this anucleated ovum, we are incorporating only the nucleus of another animal. So in this way, we are mixing the ooplasm of one animal and nucleus of another animal. So by fusing these two different animals components, ooplasm from one animal, nucleus from other animal. By fusing these two different components of two different animals, we are creating a new cell. And this new cell in turn, it will develop into a new animal. And we call this technology as cloning of animals. So in this cloning of animals, a very, very important component of this cloning of animals is that gene transfer or nucleus transfer. So in cloning of mammals or in cloning of any animal, we are transferring complete nucleus into the ovum. Okay, into the ovum, we are transferring the complete nucleus. Whereas in remaining types of clonings, like gene cloning or therapeutic cloning, what we are doing in these different types of clonings, either we are incorporating a complete complete nucleus or a recombinant DNA. Recombinant DNA may be incorporated into the oocytes. So in this way, whatever method you take, whatever type of cloning method you take, either you have to insert a complete nucleus, or you have to insert part of the DNA or part of the chromosome. So gene transfer is very, very important. So to transfer the genes or to transfer the complete nuclei, different types of methods have been developed by the scientists. So of them, remaining methods are commonly used in animal gene transfer methods, whereas the shotgun method mostly it is used in plant cells. Why? Because, just a minute. So whereas in plants, plant cells are having a very tough outer part, that is cell wall. Whereas in animals, cell wall is not there. Only a simple layer, that is plasma membrane, is there. So in plant cells, outside the plasma membrane, a very tough cell wall will be there. So in other techniques, like in transferring nuclei or genes in animal cells, they are very easy to insert. They are very easy to incorporate genes or nuclei. But whereas coming to plant cells, as plant cells are having a very tough membrane, a very tough plasma or cell wall outside them. So with remaining methods, we cannot insert genes, we cannot transfer nuclei into the plant cells. So to accomplish the work, a separate method has been developed by Professor Sanford and his colleagues of Cornell University in 1987. That is the shotgun method. So in shotgun method, what will happen? A separate chamber will be there. Okay, a separate chamber will be there. So the apparatus of the shotgun method appears like this. So in this, the lower chamber, on this lower chamber, they will place the target tissue or target cells. Plant cells will be placed in this region. And here in this region, a stopping screen will be there. And in the bombardment chamber, a gas acceleration tube will be there. So in this gas acceleration tube, with the gas force, what will happen? A rupture disc will be there. So gas will be forcefully sent onto this. Another plate will be there called a microcarrier. And onto this microcarrier, microparticles will be attached. So these microparticles, they will be coated with DNA. So the DNA or the nucleus that we want to incorporate into plant cells will be added to some microparticles like gold particles, or different types of particles will be used. So to the gold particles, DNA will be coated. The coated DNA will be placed onto this microcarrier. And after placing the target tissue here in this place and placing the microcarriers or DNA coated microcarriers below this microcarrier chamber. So then later what they will do? So they will use this gas acceleration chamber. So by forcefully sending this gas onto this microcarrier, the DNA microparticles, DNA coated microparticles, they will go and they will enter into this plant tissues. So they will be entered into this target tissue. So in this way, here what we are doing, we are transferring the DNA like a bullet. So that's why this is called as a particle bombardment method. So this is the DNA transfer method used in plants. Coming to the advantages of this DNA bombardment method is that it is very simple, convenient when compared to remaining methods. When remaining methods are very complicated and they require expertise, they require very high efficient equipment or apparatus, but it is very simple and convenient. So simply we can load the DNA, we can coat DNA through the whole microcarriers, or different types of microcarriers are there. We can use them, and we no need to obtain protoplast. In remaining, if we want to use remaining techniques to transfer the DNA, we have to remove the cell wall of these plants. So after removing the cell wall, the remaining plant cell will be called as protoplasm. So after obtaining protoplast only, that will be possible. But here, without getting protoplast also, we can use this method. Manipulation of genome or subcellular organelles also can be done with this method. And we can eliminate the use of potential harmful viruses. So one method is that to transfer the DNA or genes is that viral vectors. So we need not to use these viral vectors in this method. Or toxic chemicals will be used in other methods. So toxic chemicals usage or harmful viruses usage also is not required in this method. And this device offers to place DNA or RNA exactly where it is to be needed, where it is needed to be sent into the cells of the plants. Coming to disadvantages, the transformation efficiency, it is very lower in agrobacterium mediated transformation, and specialized equipment is needed, and associated cell damage also may occur due to this particle bombardment. Target tissue should have regeneration capacity. If it is lacking regeneration capacity, then the method is very useless, and random integration is also a concern. And chances of multiple copy insertions also will be there in this method. So this is about particle bombardment method or shotgun method. With this, this topic is over.